We'll start with the identification tag on the side. Here you'll find the manufacturer, date it was manufactured, tire sizes, gross weights. Below is a tire chart, tire sizes, and your VIN number right at the bottom. Up front, your battery. These aren't maintenance-free batteries. You may have to add water to them at some point. If you're not going to be using your unit for a while, I would disconnect it. There is a bit of a power drain come from the camper. And for winter storage, I would put it somewhere warm. Two 30-pound propane tanks up front. A selector in the middle here. Arrow points to whichever tank's going to be supplying. And power jack up front. You have on and off switch for light, and up and down over here. There is a little crank that you can use to manually crank it up and down if you run out of power. Your breakaway. One thing to note with the breakaways, if your battery's hooked up and if the key gets pulled out, it does activate your brakes. So it will drain your battery and can do damage to your brakes. So kind of make sure that stays in. Front cubby. We got shore cord and cranks on the other side. Light. There is also a battery disconnect over on the other side. We'll see when we get over there. Little bedroom slide for your closet. This is a flush for your black tank. If you are going to be using your flush, make sure you have your black tank valve open, or else it'll just fill your tank up. Light here, and you have your sewer dump there. Underneath your slide, you'll see there's two arms. Just kind of make sure those stay clean and everything should work smoothly for you. As you have your gray handle, gray tank handle there. There's awnings on top of the slides on this unit. That valve is for your fresh water. That's your fresh water drain. There is stabilizer jacks at the front and the back. They are electric. There's a crank in the front if you ever need to manually crank them up and down. There's a crank for that. In the bumper you have your sewer hose. Spare tire mounted at the back. This is the plug-in for your shore cord, 30 amp. This is city water. If you ever at a campground that has the water provided for you, you can just run your garden hose directly into there. And then you have two coax cables for say satellite or cable. Outside shower, hot and cold. Rear ladder, and it is a good idea to inspect your roof once in a while, especially if there was a storm. Just kind of make sure that you don't have any broken vents, cracked vents, or even just cracking sealant or ripping the roof. Your entrance door is here. This door here is for your water fill. When you want to fill your water tank, that's where you fill it. Vent for behind your fridge. All the controls are on the inside, so you don't really need to go in here. Furnace intake and exhaust. Just don't store anything in front of it, it gets hot. On your wheels, the center caps do pop off. There is grease nipples in behind. not a bad idea to grease your wheel bearings once in a while. But if you are putting lots of miles, I do recommend get them repacked. An outlet there. Vent for your range above your stove. Outside light. This is your water heater. It's an on-demand one. There is instructions here. Just turn the gas on, the power buttons here, and start running water, and it should kick in. Power awning. Have a couple outside speakers, one there and one on the other end. Separate entrance for the bedroom. And back up to the cubby. And so you got, this is the small crank for your power jack, tongue jack front, and this one here is for your jacks. If you ever need to manually crank them. There's a battery disconnect there. You have your power jacks controls here. You got your front and your back. And then there's a light switch for lights up front. There's lights right there. So I think that is about it. We will head inside.